Fun fact, the mitochondria has its own DNA. Many of you may know the mitochondria as the powerhouse of the cell, or some of you, a bit farther in biology, might know it as the site of oxidative phosphorylation. But what's really unique as well is that it has its own DNA, and there's a reason for that. The mitochondria has a circular DNA with about 37 genes in it, compared to about 20,000 for the rest of your body. And the reason that we think that they have this comes from this idea of the endosymbiotic theory. The endosymbiotic theory says that the mitochondria is not just a regular organelle like the rest of the ones in your cells, but they actually were old prehistoric living organisms. Around 1.5 billion years ago, these old ancient bacterium and old eukaryotic cells formed a symbiotic relationship. The ancient cells engulfed and kind of swallowed, for lack of a better term, the bacteria, and the bacteria evolved into the mitochondria. Here's a diagram for this exact thing. In fact, it actually includes aerobic bacterium, which became mitochondria, and cyanobacterium, which became chloroplasts in plant cells. You'll see that they both kind of get eaten and engulfed and become a part of the modern cell. This symbiotic relationship, where they were both able to essentially help each other live, led them to continue to grow and develop and have an evolutionary advantage to be passed on to generations. The ancient bacterium, which became the mitochondria, lost a large majority of their genes, or they were absorbed into your actual DNA, but some of them stayed in the mitochondria. And the reason for that is because, well, it was needed in the mitochondria. It was likely a lot faster and easier for these proteins and things that were needed to create energy and related in things like the electron transport chain. Since it was just right there in the mitochondria, it was just faster to have them there. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that fun?